But if you're one of those guys, you sit down and you watch all of these shows online or on TV and you're just like, I could do that. I could be a superstar when it comes to acting. Well, you know what? You're in for a treat. All the way from South Africa, we watch him on the new season of MTV Shuga. We have Ayanda Makayi live on Kiss FM. Good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good, and you?
I'm good. It's great to see you because I follow you and your character in this season of MTV Shuga.
Yeah.
I started off really liking you. And then I was just like, this guy, what is this? But it's great to have you here. First time in Kenya. How's it for you so far?
I'm really enjoying it. I must say the guys and the people here are very friendly, very authentic.
Yeah.
Really have a strong identity of who they are and what they do and what their hustle is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Really inspired.
Okay. And so it's before we get to find out why you're here, and then obviously all the ladies who are listening are like, okay, where can we hang out? Just chill, guys, chill. All right. Before we get to all of that, how did you find your way into acting? Because it can't possibly go from zero to MTV Shuga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acting wise, since I was a little kid, my mom did a lot of like motivational speaking and stuff like that, so I used to follow her around. But I got into music first, started singing in high school.
Yeah.
And then my best friend in high school, him and I were very competitive. And he was more of the actor and I was more of the musician.
Okay.
So we were like, well, if you think you're really good, how's about you try what I do?
Like,
and,
bring it.
You know, and you do, and I'll do what you do.
Yeah.
So we swapped, and then we never looked back. We fell in
wow.
love with each other's craft. You
Okay. So I have to ask, before we now talk about MTV Shuga, your first audition. How do you remember that?
Look, I've been doing this for 6 years now. So, yeah, I do remember it. I do remember it. It was for a commercial for Toyota.
Yeah.
And I got it.
Okay,
actually.
that's good.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. But I was the only young person there. The characters were 2 security guards, and the brief was like 30 to 50-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I got there by mistake. My agent sent me by mistake, and I got it.
Yeah.
The director liked the fact that I was young. It's like, actually, this could work. And, yeah.
Some things happen by mistake, but really, like, it's a universe thing. From South Africa, one of the top actors there. We are currently all the way in the 254 watching him on MTV Shuga. How powerful is that? Because you are acting like in a totally different country, and guys
crossing borders
miles away.
Yeah.
How does that feel for you?
That's still surreal.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to grasp that.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to understand how big Sugar is. Like, everywhere I go, people keep being like, do you know actually how big the show is here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow. I was shocked when I came to Kenya.
Yeah.
And I was with Rachel yesterday.
Yeah.
At Homeboys.
Yeah.
And she couldn't stop expressing how big the show was.
It is big. It is a massive show, and more so now with social media and it's online and stuff. So it really travels. You can't restrict it to just one country. So tell us about the character that you play.
Well, I play Saul.
So wait,
very nice lollipop guy.
Cecilia Otunga, your guess was right. Everybody else sit down. Okay, so you play Saul.
Yeah, I play Saul. He's a very nice guy. And
he was a very nice guy.
Look, I mean, we can't judge him. I mean, it's his story, and actually, it's a lot of people out there, you know, a nice guy who fell in love with a girl and got obsessed with this girl, and he felt like that she did not reciprocate the same treatment.
Yeah.
And he kind of went overboard, I would say, and lost control
completely.
Yeah.
So it's so bad. Let me tell you how powerful your acting is. It's so, like, I felt so sorry for the girl. I even follow her on Instagram. Like, so I'm not following her. I'm following her character. I'm just like, she puts up a photo. I'm like, you know, doubles up, man. I'm with you, my sister.
I feel you struggle.
I feel you. But how hard your character is so intense. so intense.
Yes.
The first time you were cast as that character, did you have any fear? Were you like, oh?
No, I got very excited.
Yeah.
I was really excited, especially with the angle they were trying to take with that character. They're like, they can't cast the obvious guy. Like, you need to first trust this guy. And that was my biggest challenge, more than the other side of being this prick kind of guy.
Yeah.
The challenge was, how do I make you fall in love with me first? You know, so I was really excited about that.
Oh man. So you've come here, you've realized how big MTV Shuga is, and you act alongside our boy Nick Mutuma.
Nick,
and
yeah.
Have you guys ever met on set, or do you shoot on completely different days?
No, we were met. I mean, we spent a lot of time together in South Africa. We went out in South Africa.
Nick.
Yeah, we painted the town.
9. You were with me at Delo Nyango, and I do have some Clean Bandit and Zara Lassen coming up in the next 3 minutes, but not before we catch up some more with Ayanda, who plays a soul in MTV Shuga, and straight out of South Africa has come to the 254. People are even sending their cousins to ask, hey, my cousin doesn't have data and she wants to know if he's single. The struggle. We're blaming the weather. It's really cold. We're normally not like this, okay? It's like
apparently everyone's blaming elections as well.
Even that, we're a bit confused. So just bear with us. Cecilia says, playing Soul couldn't have been easy. How do you prep yourself for such a character who does things that you've never done in real life?
I personally, just disclaim, I've never raped before.
Yeah. Yes.
So it was very difficult. But I sort of, because the key thing is to never judge the character. As the actor, you can't go there and judge the character, because then you'll never play him as honest as possible.
Okay.
So I had to believe his reasons, you know, I had to trust that there's a reason why he's doing this, and I need to understand his story. So I then substituted what he's going through with something I personally have gone through. So I realized he's obsessed with this girl.
Yeah.
So what am I obsessed with? You know, what am I obsessed with? And what would I do? What lines or boundaries would I cross for that particular thing? And I understood that. The moment I understood that, I understood where he was coming from.
That is so deep, because even when, I was judging Soul and you were like, don't judge him, I was like, but he must be judged.
You don't know his story. You don't know where he comes from. You know? I mean, we tend to judge people by what they do, but we don't give them a chance to tell us why. Maybe Saul was abused while growing up. Maybe Saul used to see his father dealing with his mom in that particular way, and that's all he knows. So we don't know his story. We can't judge him. You know what I mean? Yeah. I
judged him like after that, because I liked him at the first, the first couple of episodes that he featured in, and then afterwards I was like, wait, why are you changing? Stop that. Stop doing that. However, so this one is coming from a guy who, a guy who has told us in Chezo Nikanji, he's all about his money, and he sits silently in the studio, none other than Nonini. Yeah, you do know your mic is already on.
I'm just quiet sitting here. Sina Noma.
Okay, you know what? I had to expose him, because he wanted to know. His first question was like, now these intense characters that have to do these dubious things.
Yes.
Do you get paid more than the rest because of that?
Well, actually, you get paid more based on who you are.
Okay.
That affects whether you play the good guy or the bad guy. If you're coming to the show with a big name or a big profile, your fee will be higher than the next guy. When it comes to things like sex and any other things that you're uncomfortable with, you can negotiate based on who you are. So if you're a big person, it's a matter of how does that affect your brand, and then from there we can then negotiate.
Okay.
But if you don't have a strong brand, you don't have a leg to stand on.
Because then there'll be a next person who's willing to do whatever
Exactly. But what they do in the States, however, compared to Africa, which is where we still need to get to, you get paid for the preparation period. So they say, in the state, they'd say, we're doing a movie next year. For this whole year, I want you to prepare being Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
And we're going to pay you $3 million for this, and you don't have to go audition or go do something else on the side.
Because now you're Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, so this whole year,
yeah,
you're going to be Nelson Mandela and study Nelson Mandela and be paid for it. And that's something we don't have in Africa.
Yeah, because I see all of these other actors and actresses from, other countries. They would even like starve themselves or eat more to put on weight. I'm like, hey, fam. That's extreme though. Okay, so why are you in Kenya?
Well, I'm trying to cross borders, man. You know, I've realized there's a lot happening. There's a lot we have as African artists.
Yeah,
and we need to collaborate and work with each other. You know.
True.
So I've created a relationship that's gonna grow to something big with Red Butterfly.
Okay.
So in that, I mean, I got to support Yvonne Dark and her single launch. I had the opportunity to come and support her, and really grow my brand to further than South Africa, you know, to East Africa, you know.
Yeah.
Whichever
a point in his career for 6 years that he felt like he wanted to quit.
Oof. Oh, that's every morning.
Yeah.
You know, when you wake up and because when you shoot for a period of time, you know, when you shoot, for example, when we shot Shuga, we shot for 3 months straight, you know. So after shooting for 3 months and getting used to a routine, when you wake up after that and you don't have to go to set, you don't have to,
it's
then
like,
you ask yourself, I should have just done accounting.
Yeah. Well, not that.
But then again, you have to keep reminding yourself why you started. You know, picture yourself or tell yourself, can you sit and can you do an 8 to 5 sitting in the same chair, looking out the same window,
punching and stuff?
Years?
Yeah.
Can you do that? Do you want to do that? And then you remember why you started.
Okay.
You know, the passion comes back and you keep going.
Okay. I read somewhere that when you're about to quit, remember why you started.
Yeah.
Like all the time. Just remember why you started. And quitting is not as easy as it sounds, guys.
It's not.
It's not. Grace and Jerry says the show is hype. I think he should be in Nairobi Diaries.